Welcome. Chimoge here. Chimoge here. Sansoneba. Kabunam no go ha. Spend forever my patrilineage and all their archers, all of their lineage connections, all of my other lineages. Tiabrunem. My matrilineage. Scream. Who? Shimoge here. Welcome to the greatest man alive. I couldn't fit it into the title, but I got in the description. Kalai Khan. I got the emojis though. Welcome to Shimoge's comments. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me wait till the 1 minute mark. Make sure that I have liftoff, and then the extended greeting. All right. Who am I? Thank you to my returning viewers who know me. For the new people, my name is Chimoge. That's my given name. My government name is Chimoge Chijoke Ibe. My alternate white structure name is Chimoge Chijoke Ibe Nwoko. Ibe is shortened form of the last name Ibe Nwoko, which is itself a combination of two names. Patrilineal. What are some other names for me? Moge, my foremost nickname. I prefer to call it my Hambu, my forename. And then, of course, Incordia. Check out that network. It's a name I use for music. I consider it my being name. Everyone has many names. We have to unlock them, and we must be given more names. What else about me? I was born in what is now called Washington, D.C., the southeast part. I grew up in the surrounding area. Specifically, my childhood home was in Prince George's County, okay? But I went to school outside the county frequently, really. After the age of 11, yeah. So it's driving all over the place. Well, I wasn't behind the wheel, but you know. Anyway, prefer to call that place Rom. Why? Washington, D.C., that's not a natural name. That's not a natural border. I don't like to disrespect the place of my birth. Where was my matrilineage born? The village of Ebemo Hafia in West Africa. What's a village? You can use a reference point for my patrilineage. The village of Ajiurata. And yes, according to quote-unquote current custom, I can claim that as a village. It's just I find current custom to be vague and inadequate. I'm trying to be metaphysically accurate, especially when I'm praying. If I'm not accurate when I'm praying, I can't even begin. Okay, this feeds into today's subject. 13 viewers on the screen. 13 is the number of the leader, Eze, the second best man. Abu Meze. Karabuma Madioha. Thank you very much. Every view is a blessing. What I just say there. I am the leader. Specifically, I boom him out. But more than that, on a deeper level, I am the good husband of the people. Yes. You can be many things at once, but at your core, you're more one thing than anything else. Madioha booms out the leader. He booms out his biggest inspector. He booms out cool. He booms out the leader. Yes. Anyway, I also see comments. Thank you for your comments. Every comment is a blessing. I read comments at my discretion. Where do I live now? I live in Atlanta, Georgia. I was born at the beginning of what people now call 1998 during Capricorn season. I'm a son of Capricorn. Yes. 2 other facts about me. 1, I like to see the blue sky. And 2, I like to eat lobster. Anyway. Anyway, welcome to the Greatest Man Alive segment here on Shimoge's Comments, which is, of course, a subset of my media company, OZ Bang Woko. Greatest Man Alive is where I give out a headline, talk a bit about it, and go on doing something else. Kind of a quicker segment. What's the headline today? People must stop acting like it is impossible to contact spirits. Why am I putting this one out today? Because the secularism and the accompanying selective atheism that you find in many religions, especially Christianity and other similar religions, really they're the same. It's just I name Christianity because that's the easiest one to swat But there are other religions like it. But anyway, it's the biggest one. It's the easiest one to swat. And when I destroy Christianity, you understand my feelings on all the other ones. I'm not one guy who says we should be religion hopping. But anyway, this mentality has caused me a lot of problems. And I see it causing a lot of problems in the world today. So I just felt like getting it off my chest. Yes, Kala kind of has a bit of an element of anger to it. It's just a bit more exact. Yes. Anyway, people should stop acting like it is impossible to contact spirits. I'm gonna do Kalakana and Kuku. I'm gonna give 2 points for the secular people and 2 points for the Christians, and I'll be on my way. And I might add a little personal explosion. Shout out to my family. Yes, they're evil. At least most of the ones I know. They're bouncing around between these two camps. They're all over the map. Shout out to Anthony, the most atheistic Catholic I know. That is my deadbeat dad. Anyway, let's start with the secularists. I want to give 2 points to support this. Stop acting like it is impossible to contact spirits. 1. The internal logic of secularism does not even preclude the existence of spirits. And this is what I mean by that. I attacking secularism in general because I don't want to just go at one of the sub-ideologies in there. But secularism in general is just the idea that we should either pretend like spirits don't exist and or we should believe that spirits don't exist because we quote unquote can't see them. Something like that. Stupidity. But this is the thing. The internal logic of secularism does not preclude their existence. All secularism says is that, secular methods have not seen them. But secularism is always claiming to discover things. What does that mean? It's saying that there's a lot of things we haven't seen that exist. Why on earth, by that logic, could you not then say spirits exist? You just haven't seen them. And again, yes, this is Kalakanu. I swat away ignorance or whatever I want very easily. I'm not going all the way down through every possible argument. The point of Kalakanu is that after I've stepped on this stupidity 2 times, it should be done. If you're still poking at the remnants of the gummy bear, there's something wrong with you. Yes, I could remove all the remnants, but I have better things to do. Anyway, so there's that one argument. Next argument. Secularism, and I'm just gonna limit this argument, but it'll get your brain twirling. Secularism is very new. There's a lot of knowledge outside of secularism that's very old. It comes from people who accomplished things that modern society has not. Okay. And all those bodies of knowledge acknowledge that spirits exist. What does that mean? It is just illogical to exclude that interval of knowledge. Okay. So I want my secularists, especially my atheists, but also my you see, the letter definition of agnosticism doesn't bother me, but how I see it practiced bothers me. You're an atheist. You just add some other words. Anyway, you people, and then the rest of you who are just wandering around. I don't know. All you look at is your phone. You don't think. Again, there's nothing wrong with phones, but if you think that you know the wires on your phone are all there are the truth, there's something wrong with you. All the rest of you people, just think on the 2 things I've said. Because ignoring at least the possibility of the existence of spirits caused a lot of problems. Now, on to the Christians. For the record, I think the secularists are worse than the Christians, but I delight more in squatting away the ignorance of the Christians. Just my subjective pleasure. But again, I'm not a person who just moves based upon pleasure. So let's keep it real. I'm not going to overspend time squatting at Christians. I'm just noting that. So, 2 points for the Christians. 1, your pastor and or whatever else you call your pastor is not the only one who can talk to spirits. That does not make sense. Let's just sit with that there. Let us just sit with that there. You believe that the man in the suit at the front of the church is the only one who can talk to spirits, and or maybe if you're a Catholic, that unmarried man who's telling you to start a family. And I want to note, I'm not in the same category because I'm eligible to be married. Catholic priests are not able to become married, which is a travesty. And yet they're going around talking about families that they say they'll never start. And many of them have started secret families. That is a travesty. Anyway, so again, if you're eligible to start a family, you can comment even before you've succeeded. But if you've taken yourself out of the running, I don't know what to do. Anyway, so a lot of you Christians believe that the man up there in the suit and or the robe with some dubious family situation that he's created himself and or locked himself into is the only one who can talk to spirits. And that is because of various types of stupidity. Let that go. That does not make sense. He is a part of our category of life just like you and me. His physiology is not that different. No matter how stupid he is, you can still understand him. The physiology cannot be that different. If he can talk to spirits, so can billions of other people. And I want to say this, everyone has it within their capacity to talk to spirits when they are healthy. It's just a lot of people are not healthy. So they either don't hear and or don't see, or they don't know what's going on when a spirit talks to them. And I want to note, spirits are not like this table. You can't just reach out and touch them whenever you want necessarily. They're also people. So sometimes they choose not to talk to everyone for various reasons. Anyway, is one. Point two. Just because mommy and daddy do not like what the spirit said doesn't mean that it does not exist. And this is what I want to focus on a bit more right now. Okay. Before I go do what I was in the process of doing. You see, there was a lot of mommy and daddy are God culture among modern Christians. And this extends even to people whose mommy and daddy are no longer on earth. Mommy gave me corporal punishment and told me to be a Christian, therefore I'm a Christian. Daddy yelled at me, told me to be a Christian, therefore I'm a Christian. Mommy said this, mommy said that, that is the Ten Commandments. And that dictates what spirit people listen to. That is refuse. Let me make a personal connection. That kind of nonsense is prevalent in my family. And I haven't gone into depth on this, but I'm just going to hint at this. That is part of why they left me to perish. I gave them, how do I want to say this? When talking about the euphemism that emerged in my lineage, I brought my fullness. Part of my fullness included my own spiritual interpretation of events. No, it was not disconnected from physical evidence. I gave many physical pieces of evidence that could be verified. At the very least, it's easy for even a secularist to believe they can happen. For example, if I say that the evil person who is my only other sibling from two parents attacked me physically, that is not a spiritual piece of information. That's very basic. Anyway, I talked about things like that. Then I also brought my fullness and added information that came from spirits. Again, not contradictory. And I also want to note this, because a lot of members of my family have been trying to say I'm mentally ill according to the constraints of Western medicine. This is not true. No diagnosis, and I want to say this for the record, My biological father, Anthony Ebay, is ineligible to diagnose me with anything according to Western medicine. You cannot be the doctor of your blood relative. That's not legal. Anyway, Western medicine does not say you're mentally ill because you believe spirits exist. You're allowed to believe spirits exist. So what am I saying here? That group of evil people that I'm unfortunately related to um, decided to, and I'm still figuring out exactly what those fools did, but they decided to use my belief in spirits that their mommies and daddies either didn't tell them about, or more likely, because given the ages of some of these people I'm dealing with and my family history, I'm sure a lot of their mommies and daddies, and certainly their grandparents, believed in a lot of the spirits I'm talking about. Um, you know, a lot of these people, you know, the spirits I was talking about are things that the lies they've told about their parents and grandparents don't agree with. Because I have a lot of elders who lie about their own elders. Okay. There's a lot of lies of omission. I asked you about my great grandfather. All you say is he was a church elder. He was born in the 1800s. All you can say is he was a church elder. Anyway, so these liars and thieves decided to discount my event, completely discount my version of events because I included information that said that spirits existed. And for the record, they could have disbelieved what I was saying and still acted, because I also gave them events that happened in this world. Okay. So, what am I saying here? I've been personally hurt by this mentality that spirits are either impossible to contact according to secularism, and or because, you know, I didn't have someone pour extra dirty holy water on me and say I'm a priest, or because I didn't jump in a pool and come up speaking in tongues while pastor such and such was holding up that confounded book, because I didn't get that kind of training, that you know, what I'm saying is false. Anyway, I'll leave it at that. Kalai. Thank you very much. But I just want to put this information out. And remember, evaluate spiritual information the same way you evaluate physical information. Because a lot of people who have caused me to give out this lecture today cannot even evaluate physical information. Look at Anthony skirting around medical rules. Thank you very much. See you next time.